people don't fall in love with kindness. They fall in love with chaos. Have you ever wondered why you can't stop thinking about the one person who treated you like you didn't exist? It wasn't love. It was a calculated psychological heist. Most people play the game of attraction by being too nice, too available, and too predictable. They lose before they even start. Today, I'm pulling back the curtain. I'm going to show you 7 dark psychology tricks that bridge the gap between stoic wisdom and cold manipulation. If you want to be the one who controls the room and the heart, listen closely. Because once you know these, there is no going back. The first rule of value is simple: supply and demand. If you are always there, you are cheap. Stoicism teaches us that our most precious resource is time. In relationships, if you reply instantly, if you are always free for a call, you are signaling that your time has zero value. The strategy: become a ghost, not by being mean, but by being occupied. Let their message sit for hours, not because you're playing a game, but because you have a mission higher than a text message. When you finally respond, be brief and polite. Make them wonder what you're doing that is more important than them. Mystery is the mother of obsession. This is the most dangerous trick in the book. It's what keeps people addicted to gambling. You don't win every time, you win sometimes. This is hot and cold. One day, give them 100% of your attention. Be intense. Make them feel like they are the center of your universe. Then, without warning, withdraw. Become 20%, cool, distant, and professional. Their brain will go into a panic. They will crave that 100% high again. They will start over-analyzing every word you said, trying to figure out what they did wrong. You aren't hurting them. You're training their brain to seek your validation. It is the obsession loop. We like people who are like us. But dark psychology takes this further. Don't just mirror their surface, mirror their shadow. If they feel misunderstood by the world, be the only one who gets their darkest thoughts. If they are insecure about their career, show them a calculated vulnerability about your own. When you reflect someone's hidden self back to them, they don't just like you. They feel spiritually tied to you. They will think, finally, someone who sees the real me. You aren't just a partner anymore. You are a necessity. Most people talk too much because they are afraid of silence. Silence is where power lives. When they ask you a difficult question or when they try to test your boundaries, don't react. Just look at them. Wait 3 seconds longer than is comfortable. This silence forces them to fill the gap. Usually they will start explaining themselves or apologizing. By staying silent, you remain the stoic observer. You are the one judging. They are the one being judged. Control the silence, and you control the dynamic. Most people think we do favors for people we like, but psychology says we like people we do favors for. To make someone obsessed, stop doing things for them. Start asking them for small, meaningful favors. Ask for their advice on a problem, or ask them to help you with a minor task. When they help you, their brain justifies it by thinking, I must really like this person if I'm spending my time helping them. It's a subtle shift in power. You aren't the seeker. You are the one being invested in. The more they invest, the harder it is for them to leave. Nothing bonds 2 people faster than a common hatred or a shared secret. It's called the us versus the world mentality. Identify something they dislike, a social trend, a toxic mindset, or even a specific situation, and align yourself with them against it. When you create a bubble where only the 2 of you understand the truth, you become their safe haven. They will feel that the outside world is chaotic, and only you are the person who truly understands them. This creates an emotional dependency that is nearly impossible to break. Never finish a conversation when it's boring. Always end it when the energy is at its peak. This is the Zeigarnik effect. The human brain remembers uncompleted tasks better than completed ones. If you're having an amazing, deep conversation, find a reason to leave. Say, "I have to go. Something urgent came up, but what you just said is fascinating. Let's talk later." Now, they are stuck in a loop, waiting for the end of that conversation. You have successfully occupied their mind for the rest of the day without being present. This is the master stroke. Once you have built them up, once they are used to your praise, stop, just for a moment. Become neutral. In dark psychology, this is the validation withdrawal, when they expect a compliment and you give them a cold, analytical observation. Instead, they will panic. They will spend the next 48 hours wondering what changed. Did they lose their charm? Did they do something wrong? This mental spiral is the peak of obsession. They will work 10 times harder just to get back to the baseline of your affection. If you have followed the first 4 tricks, their mind is already spinning. But now, we apply the anchor, cognitive dissonance. This is a psychological state where a person's beliefs and actions don't match. How to trigger it? Tell them something like, "I used to think you were just like everyone else, but today you proved me wrong." Now, they are trapped. They want to maintain this special image you just gave them. They will go out of their way, working harder and doing more just to stay in your good books. You have successfully programmed their brain to seek your approval as a necessity for their own self-esteem. Many of you have heard of love bombing, but the dark psychology version is far more surgical. It's not about giving flowers, it's about giving validation. For 3 days, give them intense eye contact, deep conversations, and undivided attention. Make them feel like they are the most interesting person on the planet. And then, on the 4th day, become emotionally flat. Not angry, just busy. When they ask what's wrong, say, "Nothing, just a lot on my mind." This sudden drop in emotional temperature creates a physical craving in their brain for your attention. It's the same withdrawal symptoms a drug addict feels. They are no longer in love with you. They are in love with the high you provide. To truly master obsession, you must be willing to lose everything. This is where stoicism becomes your greatest weapon. Amor fati, the love of fate. If they stay, you are powerful. If they leave, you are still powerful. When you show someone that you are not afraid of their departure, you become a god in their eyes. Most people are desperate, clinging to anyone who gives them a crumb of affection. When you stand tall, indifferent to their games while playing your own, you become the ultimate authority. People don't obsess over the weak. They obsess over the unshakable. Wait. Before I give you the final word, there is one forbidden rule you must never break. It's called the law of the last look. When you walk away from someone, never look back, not even for a second. The moment you look back to see if they are watching you, you lose all the power you just built. You become the seeker again. True authority is being able to walk into the darkness without knowing if anyone is following you. If you can master this 1 second of self-control, you become untouchable. Most will fail this test. Will you? You now have the keys to the human psyche. But remember, with great power comes the risk of losing your own humanity. I've put the most dangerous chapters, the ones YouTube would never let me post, into my book, The Way We Love. It covers the dark triad and how to survive a soul-crushing heartbreak. If you're ready to stop playing by the rules and start winning, the link is in the pinned comment. Subscribe to Mind Authority. Silence is your best friend. Mastery is your only goal. I'm out.